And so he's really excited. It's first time on YouTube. As I see this, 278 followers. Hopefully by the end of it, he'll have 278,000 followers. We want to cheer him on. We want him to be successful. Coach Greg, in today's video, we got a guy, he goes by the name Omad Manny, and he's planning to lose, get this, 435.4 pounds in only 18 months. And so this guy has weighed close to 700 pounds, and his goal is to get into the shape of his life. He wants to play basketball, he wants to be healthy, and he's got an amazing attitude, and he wants you to follow his journey. It's his hopes that other people will be inspired. And so I'm gonna go over his video, explain what he's doing right, what he's doing wrong, in the hopes of bettering other people who wanna lose weight as well. Many have been on the weight loss journey of Brentley G. He's getting close to 400 pounds. Remember, he was close to 600. And so it's my hopes that this guy can also inspire other people to lose weight.
In the next 18 months, I'm going to transform what you see here into a 250-pound basketball player. That's right.
And so his goal is to end up at 250 pounds and be a basketball player. That is his dream, and he's going to do so by eating one meal a day. Now remember, at the end of the day, no matter who you are, at least in this universe, it's calories in, calories out. If he's in a calorie deficit, it's going to lose weight. Whether he eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 meals a day, the most important thing is that he's eating in a deficit. And now, although I'm not personally a fan of eating once a day, if that works for him, then of course he should do it. And remember, when you're this heavy, you can lose weight at an accelerated rate. To lose 435 pounds in 18 months, he has to lose close to 1 pound a day, about 5 pounds a week. It equates to a 3,000 daily calorie deficit. To eat at a 3,000 calorie deficit every single day, it's very difficult. For the average person, most people, it's impossible. But when you're this big, approaching 700 pounds, you're eating so much food that you can very quickly lose weight. And so what we're going to see is the first several months, he's going to lose weight probably more than a pound a day. But as he approaches 250 pounds, it's going to become more and more difficult to lose weight. And so although I'm rooting for him, I hope he achieves his goal, he should understand that if he fails to lose that quickly, that's perfectly okay. 435 pounds in 18 months, that would be impressive in 36 months. And so even if it doesn't achieve his goal, so long as he slowly progresses towards that goal, perhaps he doesn't quite get there. Maybe he gets to 350. That is so much better than being close to 700.
But I'm just getting used to this, guys. This is amazing. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be on YouTube. I mean, who would want to listen to me, right?
And so he's really excited. It's first time on YouTube. As I see this, 278 followers. Hopefully by the end of it, he'll have 278,000 followers. We want to cheer him on. We want him to be successful.
We're not going to do it with surgery or pills or some sort of crazy diet, even though the 1 meal a day, some people may say that's crazy.
He's going to do it the old-fashioned day, diet and exercise. No crazy diet. Now, he does preface and say, eating once a day, it is kind of a crazy diet, but I get his point. You can, in fact, still be healthy if you only eat 1 meal a day. It does make it more difficult to build muscle, and he might lack energy later in the day, but to start off this diet, at least at the start, there's nothing wrong with that. He has plenty of body fat to give him energy, but I do feel that eating only 1 meal a day, perfectly healthy for him at this point.
You see behind me, as I said on my last video, I work from home. This is my desk, but you know what, guys? I cut out the middleman. I bought a standing desk, okay?
And so he works at home, and the first thing he did is he bought a standing desk. So think of it. He's increasing his need, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Rather than sitting, he's standing. Standing clearly burns more calories than sitting. The more calories he burns off, the more he's going to lose weight. And by keeping himself busy, he's occupied, he's working, it's going to be much easier for him to stay on the diet. If you're sitting around, all you're doing is watching TV, perhaps you're going to get hungry. But if you're busy, you're reading books, going for walks, working, it's a lot easier to stick to your diet because you're keeping your mind occupied.
Once the transformation is complete, hopefully I can go on to do bigger, badder things, right, with my life. Like I see myself mentoring and coaching basketball.
And so imagine the excitement. He's about 44. He hasn't played basketball in over 20 years because of the size that he has. But by getting back down to 250, he's hoping he can once again play the sport that he once loved.
And I'm back again with another weigh-in. Today's weigh-in, I told you, I was going to start weighing in every single day.
And so here's a great example of what happens when you first start going on a diet. He started at 652 pounds. He then only ate 1 meal a day. Notice the quick drop in weight the first day, 640. That's 12 pounds. Everyone should understand that that is not all body fat. That is a lot of water weight. And so please understand this. You're going to lose a massive amount of weight at the start, and then it's quickly going to slow down. As you can see, the second day, he lost 2 pounds. The next day, 4 pounds, then 0.6, then the next day the same, 1.4, 1.2. And so you see a massive drop in body weight, and following that, you're going to then stabilize. This is normal. Remember, even he himself was the same weight on 2 consecutive days. Doesn't mean he didn't do good that day. It's just some days you're carrying more water, some days you perhaps are just more bloated, you're carrying more water retention, and it's perfectly normal. And so don't expect to lose weight every single day. But I like what he's doing. He's weighing himself every single day. What I personally suggest is then you take the median. You cross out the high numbers and the low numbers, and you circle the middle number. Each and every week following this, you then compare that median weight. If the median weight every single week is going down, even by a little bit, 0.5 pounds, that is plenty, because eventually you'll get to your goal. It's not a race as to how fast you can lose the weight. It's a race to getting to that weight while being healthy.
I was 652.6, started on the fast, steak juice, and I went to the bathroom a lot.
And so he states he started by going on a fast. He wasn't eating anything. And so a lot of the weight that makes up for your human body, it's actually in your colon, in your stomach, in your intestines. And so by not eating anything, you're eventually going to poop out and pee out all of that extra weight. And so it's not body fat, but it is part of what makes up the body. But once the diet gets into several days, up to perhaps a week, you're then going to stabilize. And if you look at his weight, he actually went up from 622 to 625. And so one day he gained 3 pounds, but it's normal. It's very important for you to understand you're not going to see a drop in weight every single day. Some are going to be higher, some are going to be lower, but what you need to understand is that median number, that middle number, that is the number that truly matters. And so long as the median is going down each and every week, you don't need to make any changes. Now, let's say the median weight goes up. At that point, I would suggest you either do more cardio or you eat fewer calories. Or, of course, you could do a combination of both.
And then, as I turn the page here, I missed a couple of weigh-ins, goofing around.
And remember, he missed a couple of weigh-ins. He's goofing around. His weight went up for a week. You're not going to consistently be perfect for 18 months straight. It's normal. It's all about balance. This guy, he has balance. For some weeks, he does amazingly well. Perhaps for a few days, he eats a bit too much and his weight goes up. But that's okay. It's normal. You're not going to avoid every single party, outing. Perhaps you're going to have a good time. You have a wedding to go to. And you can't always be in a deficit. You can't always lose weight. Some days you're in a surplus. Your weight goes up. No big deal. Remember, it's at the end of the week that you get your median. Remember, this is about balance. It's not about being perfect. It's just about being better than you are.
I'm working on chest. And since I'm still too big to do push-ups, I do my push-ups off the wall.
And so notice he's lifting weights. He's in the gym, and by doing so, he's going to preserve or in fact build more muscle tissue. The more muscle you have, the more you're going to be metabolically active, the more calories you're going to burn. And so it's very good to see that he's actually in the gym trying to lift weights. By combining lifting weights with doing cardio and eating in a calorie deficit, you maximize your body's ability to burn calories. The push-ups he's showing, the wall push-ups, an excellent beginner push-up. Remember, the guy weighs over 600 pounds. He's probably not strong enough to press 600 pounds. And so by leaning against the wall and doing push-ups, that is a great way to strengthen the pecs, the shoulders, the triceps. And so he's doing perfect. I'd highly recommend you give it a try.
Right now, I'm just kind of working my muscles back, getting used to, coming in the gym and working out.
And so it's important to understand, if you haven't gone to the gym before, you take your time. You don't go very hard. All you have to do is warm up weights, and it's going to be plenty. Let your body soreness be your guide. If you're very sore the next day, it means you push too hard. If you're not sore at all, you can then go harder than last time the following day. But the worst thing you can do is show up on day one all gung-ho and give it all that you've got. You need to save some for the next time. Remember, it's about progressive overload, which means to train harder than last time. So when you first start, you go easy. The next day you go back, you go a little bit harder. Whenever you get to the gym, you try to go a bit harder than you did the previous day. If you go all out on day one and you're not used to it, you're going to be so sore, it might feel like you got ran over by a truck.
This is my last exercise I'll do today. I really don't do a whole lot of weights. I'm really mainly just concentrating on cardio and my diet.
And so he says he doesn't do a lot of weights, that he focuses on the diet and cardio, but I beg to disagree. He began with 4 sets of 25 on the chest, and he's continuing to do more sets after. That's all you need. Quite literally, I would recommend you train your entire body twice a week. You only have to do perhaps 1 or 2 sets on any given day. You're a beginner. You're not an advanced lifter. You don't need to train 20 sets to failure. And so go to the gym, train your entire body, go easy, 1 or 2 sets per body part, and the next time you go in, try to repeat that, and perhaps with a little bit more weight, or do 1 more repetition. And so as you can see, he's doing 3 different exercises for chest, multiple sets, and so that is a lot. You could likely back off, do less volume, train fewer sets for each given body part, and train more body parts on each and every day. Notice he's listening to music. This is a great motivator when doing cardio or lifting weights. If you listen to music, in particular music that you like, it's going to motivate you and get some dopamine. Another thing you can do to get in your dopamine to train harder is take, for example, a pre-workout, something with caffeine that gives you more energy. Here at Harder Than Last Time, I have lots of different pre-workouts. I literally have my phone on hardcore stim in front of me. You can take all of those things. Code Greg, 10% off.
So this is going to be my finisher for today. I walk around this 1 block 7-8 times, which is a mile.
And after this, he's going to walk a mile. And you may not think that's a lot, but consider this. It wasn't long ago he barely could walk 40 feet. He's going to walk a mile. And considering he weighs 600 pounds, imagine having a 400-pound bar on your back, if you weigh 200 pounds, and walking a mile with 400 pounds on your back. This is truly impressive. Very difficult to do, and so clearly this guy is very strong. Think of it, he's walking a mile weighing over 600 pounds, and so that is going to burn off a ton of calories. Not only that, it's going to build up his muscle in his legs, his calves, quads, and so on, and so I'm certain that's going to help him not only to lose fat, but to also build muscle. Now, if you want more endurance, GO2 max with NMN, that's the main ingredient. It's been shown in studies to make a significant improvement on your cardio. Whether you're a couch potato not exercising or perhaps an advanced runner, it's been shown to make a significant improvement in your ability to perform cardio, which can, of course, help you to burn calories, which helps you to lose weight. Interested in GO2 max? Code Greg, 10% off.
Some people have been asking, like, what kind of 1 meal a day am I having? I like volume over calories.
Amazing. I'm so happy to hear this. He prefers volume over calories. The more volume he's eating, the more full he's going to be. If he ate more calorie-dense food like chips and nuts and things like that, he's going to be less full because it's not going to take up as much space in his stomach. But by eating fruits and vegetables, things with fiber, it's more filling. It's going to help him to stay satiated, going to help him stick to his diet. He quite literally could be eating from my cookbook. It would certainly help him a ton. And so if you're interested in getting special meals that you can make at home that are very easy, they're high in protein and are very voluminous for the big eaters, people that really struggle to lose weight, please consider picking up any of my cookbooks. I have both the hard copy and the PDF. There's so many to choose from. Please click the link in the description, code Greg, 10% off.
The protein can vary. The vegetables will vary.
And so one thing you may have heard is to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, but he weighs 600 pounds. So 600 grams of protein, that is actually a lot. And so in his case, 1 gram of protein per lean pound of body weight, that would be more than plenty. He's only eating 1 meal a day, and so I do believe he's on a very low protein diet. I think he could benefit by adding more protein into his diet. I'm looking at his meals. It's very voluminous. I see a lot of fruits and vegetables. That's going to help him to stay full, but I don't see a lot of protein. And so I do believe he's not going to build as much muscle as he could. He may, in fact, be limiting his gains by eating less protein. And so my suggestion, of course, would be to add some high protein snacks. He could, for example, eat a Seco protein bar. He could be eating some Greek yogurt. He could have a piece of chicken. He could have anything that has protein and not eat just 1 meal a day. But if it's 1 meal and only 1 meal a day that he wants, I would suggest he adds in more protein into this meal. If he does so, I believe he'll have more muscle in the end. And so that is my advice to him. And so one thing I want to point out is this video is in September, and oftentimes people, they don't stick to their diets. Sometimes they bite off more than they can chew. They want to lose so much weight that it almost is setting themselves up for failure. We want to see them succeed. We want people to keep achieving their dreams. but we need to have realistic goals and realistic expectations. To lose this amount of weight, he have to average a 3,000 calorie daily deficit. That is a lot. It's not impossible, but very difficult. And so I've checked in to see how his progress is going. And so in the last 2 months, he's continued to lose an additional just about 20 pounds. And so he's losing on average about 10 pounds per month. And to me, that is amazing. That is excellent. But of course, it's not nearly enough to keep losing at the rate that he wants to lose. But he should not give up. 10 pounds per month. In a year, that is 120 pounds. In 2 years, 240 pounds. 3 years, 360 pounds. There's nothing wrong with that. If that is sustainable and that is what he can accomplish, then that is perfect. To think you need to lose 435 pounds in 18 months, it sounds good. But when you put it into practice, is it really healthy? Is it really good to only eat one small meal a day and to do countless hours of cardio, lifting weights, and so on? Or would it make more sense to have realistic goals and realistic expectations and to actually achieve what you're going for? For me, the slower you lose weight, the better. Take your time. Make it easy. If it's easy, you're going to keep doing it. If it's really difficult, you're suffering, you're starving, you're hungry all the time, you have no energy, you're not going to want to keep dieting. But if you lose the weight slowly, slower than last time, you feel good the whole time, no reason not to keep going. It's not how fast you lose the weight, but if you can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life, hoping he achieves his goal, ended here. Remember, if you want harder than last time supplements or cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team, the harder than last time clothing line, all that kind of stuff, head over to my website. I also have free diet and training program. If you have no money, it's free. It's close to 50 pages. Remember, I could sell this for $100. It's a free program. What excuse do you have? Why aren't you getting the free program? Start your weight loss journey today. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to watch any of those 2 bloops. And until next time, I am out.